Why make me wait for so long? So long. I don't like being in the dark. No, I don't.
Hey guys, episode 8 of Likely Offended. We got B. Gibby here,
Yes, sir. The people's champ.
People's Champ Briar, and we got a special guest,
Special.
Mr. Sawsville. How you doing, Mr. Sawsville?
I'm good. I hope you can hear me because I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Bryce, why can't he hear us?
I don't know. It's the headphones.
Hey
I
guys,
messed
if
up.
y'all know anybody who can handle the technical side of the podcast so we can replace Bryce, that'd be great.
Where the job is open.
Because he is not doing his duties.
Right.
So, Mr. Sawsville,
So I'm still hearing every other line of the music. Am I supposed to be?
Yeah, the music's still playing.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
this light in the background.
yeah, you're good.
But Mr. Salisbury, there's a lot of stuff that I've gotten to learn about him. He took over my map class like last year, and then I disappeared for a long time. But you know, when I did attend map, Mr. Salisbury has probably been my favorite map teacher I've ever had.
And you did attend math.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
he's still kind of missing in action.
I don't get to go very often, you know. So,
Why not, Bryce?
well, I'm usually doing stuff up here.
Really?
Are you really?
I mean, what are we doing right now?
Every day you're doing
We're
something
doing
important.
stuff, I guess.
Huh?
I guess this is stuff.
This is we're doing a podcast right now. But yeah, Mr. Salisbury is one of the most intelligent people I've ever met as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like on the spot intelligence is impressive.
It really is
Put me on the
impressive.
spot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we're
is like a
gonna
true
test
test.
it today.
Mr. Sauce was one of the best one-on-one players out of teachers. I made the mistake of challenging him in 7th grade. Lost 15-1. That one was a very lucky shot, but I feel like if we played again, it'd be a different story.
Be closer?
It'd be,
Or would you win?
I'd win 7-15.
You're about 50 pounds heavier now.
50
Skills,
pounds
gentlemen.
heavier.
Skills. It's about skills,
50 pounds heavier.
not size.
True.
So I was about, yeah, this is true. So Bryce, what we got? Well, I have a question for Mr. Sawsville.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you dress up for Halloween frequently?
No.
Do you remember?
I thought about it periodically. Yeah. I mean, I got kids. They get into it. So
Yeah. Do you remember your last costume?
I had a pumpkin shirt, and I just wore the shirt.
Nice.
So you were a pumpkin.
You were.
I had a
Kinda.
pumpkin shirt on.
Right.
Because I was in the
I
back.
could have done better, but I didn't.
I was in the urinal a couple minutes ago, and I was just thinking of questions. I was like, man.
TMI already?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tim
you-
already. And I was like, man, is Mr. Sawsville dressed up for Halloween? I guess not. Bryce, you dressed up for Halloween?
It depends. Like I didn't last year, but I did the year before that.
What'd you dress up as?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you do.
I really don't remember.
You're a liar.
No, because
Come
I don't
on.
go like out with it. Like it's just kind of like something weird.
You're
Like I
probably
found
like
on
an
the internet.
M&M or something.
Oh what? A cameraman?
An M&M.
Probably.
Brian, have you dressed up for Halloween?
I dress up every year for Halloween.
Are you serious?
I'm dead
Do
serious.
you
I
like
love
to,
it.
or are you made to?
No, I like it.
What'd you dress up last year?
I was Danny from Greece last year.
No
I can
way.
see that.
I
You could
was.
pull that off on a daily.
Yeah.
Holy
I might just
Briar.
start greasing the hair up now.
I like it. Now, can I say one more thing on Halloween before we move on?
Yes, you can.
So I have 3 boys. They're 2 years apart. So a lot of hand-me-downs in our house, right?
Right.
So my wife, Pinterest, enough said, right? So she made a Rubik's Cube, and it was perfect. And so all 3 boys have worn the Rubik's Cube, and it's actually won first prize.
That's tough. How do you
Nice.
make a Rubik's Cube? Like the one that you.
Recycle a box, man.
So he can't give the secrets.
Oh.
Family secret.
There's
Or
also-
Pinterest.
Do you remember that guy who, in middle school, who went dumpster diving?
Oh yeah, Jeremy Holt.
Do you
A
still
friend
do,
of mine.
do you still do that?
He is still living that life for sure.
You ever did dumpster diving?
With him, yeah.
How is that?
Now
it's
let's
very
clarify
dirty.
for the people. Dumpster diving, like, we would not go dumpster diving in the Walker Valley dumpster. That's just nasty.
Right.
Where we went was construction sites. So like one time we were looking for building materials for my shed, and so we asked permission from Lee University Campus Safety if we could go while they were building that communication building. And so we went in there and we found lumber. He's a genius. He would find things and just find purposes for it. And so to
y'all-
let the people know, since a little context, this is a guy who built 1,100 square foot home on $1,000 budget. And so he's got skills obviously, but he's got a fantastic eye for finding stuff.
So y'all weren't getting clothes and like kitchen utensils.
Now, He has.
Oh,
He has. He's got some spots. He's never revealed to me that this is probably about a 4 or 5 year window before he became a dad. That he had some spots he'd go to, and clothes for sure. Other just trinkets.
We might need to hit that up.
no, we don't. No, we don't.
You got a washing machine?
Well, still, man. It's like I
You
feel
go to
like
Goodwill?
no, I
You
don't.
don't go. I go to Goodwill.
Shirt I got on right now, $4.50.
Yeah,
$4.50.
I've heard that you're a very frequent Goodwill customer.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
See, I'm not a big fan of Good. Every time I go in Goodwill, like it's just not. I'm not impressed. It's not impressed.
You need to stick around longer.
Like for the next shipment.
I like free clothes from like Walker Valley. Like you see the jacket Bryce wearing, I like that. Now Bryce comes to school every single day like he's homeless.
Thank you.
But he's always wearing something else.
But Bryce, Bryce,
I see comfort. I don't know what you
yeah,
see. I see
I
comfort.
do see comfort. See, Bryce has the money. I know he has the money. Just don't dress like it.
Well, I mean, clothes sometimes are expensive, and I'd rather not blow all my money on clothes.
What would you blow your money on? Women?
Pretty much, that's where that goes. We've all seen that. We've all seen how that worked out for me.
Yeah. It's just also Bryce has a dark past.
Oh, it's sad. If you ever get the chance to listen to the podcast,
I've pushed play, friend.
you
I know
have
what
to
goes
listen
on
to
around
it.
here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
you understand.
I've heard some confessions.
There you
This
go.
is like a booth.
It's pretty sad.
Professional
It's
booth.
pretty sad. But I'm getting through it. We're gonna be good.
All right, let me ask you a question before we continue. Is the music supposed to be this loud in my ear right now?
I think
really
your
loud?
headphones are messed up because
But
it's not that loud
it's
at all.
supposed to be
Can I
pretty
take this
loud.
off and still do this?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Okay.
you're
Okay.
good.
Since this hasn't gone
It's
well
not,
at
it's
all.
not too loud in mine.
One time we tried it and it was not loud enough. We didn't
Okay.
like it.
Yeah.
So we
All
just
right, fair
cranked it
enough.
up.
I got
Yeah.
you.
So
we got some rapid fire going on, or what?
Yeah. So we were thinking before you came on, we were like, we gotta find some questions that's gonna get him to think a little bit, and so we kind of.
we want to get your brain just rambling around.
Yeah.
In chaos.
So with this question, I mean they're pretty broad and it's gonna take a little bit of thinking. But the first question we have is if you could ask a single person one question and they had to answer it truthfully, who and what would you ask?
Can I just go off the top of my head, just boom,
Yeah.
and not think about it?
Yeah, you can if you want.
We can just dive right into the deep end as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I've had 2 dads in my life, and my stepdad was the one who raised me and made me a man. My dad, my biological father, I lived with him until I was 7, and he died when I was 19. And I didn't see him for 11 years, spent 4 hours with him, he died 4 months later. And I would just want to say, didn't you want to stick around? Because he drank himself to death. He died of cirrhosis of the liver. So I don't know how in the world that came out first, but I would love to ask him that question. Because now he's kind of missing out on his grandkids and the rest of our lives together. So you didn't see that coming, did you, Bryce?
No, I didn't.
You
I
did
did
not.
not, did not see
That
that
was
If you had
coming.
very
50
deep.
guesses, you wouldn't have got that one.
No, I would not.
But that's all right.
Can we ask this question around the room? Because I'm kind of curious on what y'all would.
My one question, I don't know. Like I feel like I haven't been around long enough yet to have
Yeah.
like that one question.
That's a tough
That
question.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Like I don't know who I'd ask, and I always feel like I wouldn't know. I don't know who I would ask him. Why I would ask him what I was gonna ask him.
Yeah.
So
Well, I would ask whoever the Lakers owner was in the early 2000s.
Jerry Buss.
Or I would ask Shaq, why didn't he take a pay cut and stay with Kobe and win 7 rings?
I'll go hang out with D Wade and go win another one in Miami.
Yeah, but he could have won 7.
He went coast to coast, man.
He did go to a lot of teams. My goodness, he went to like 8. He's like the only superstar I can remember. The only like a top 10 player has been to that many different teams.
Can I give you a fun fact?
Fun fact.
Corey Blunt. You ever heard that name before?
I've never heard of that name before.
Went to UC, played with Nick Van Exel. So go back before Kobe and Shaq started winning
Connecticut?
championships. No, Cincinnati.
Okay.
Cincinnati, not Cumberland.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure we clarified that. He went to UC, went to a Final Four, and then he played some pro ball. And here's the fun fact, because I met him. My sister used to work for him, which is kind of cool in itself. But he once told me, he said, I am the only player in the NBA to play with Shaq, Jordan, and Magic, and never win a championship. That's hard to do.
That's
That's hard to do.
That's a
That's the
terrible life to live.
So how do you keep going? That'd be a good question for Corey
I know.
Blunt. How do you keep going?
Briar. If you had a question, are you in the same boat with Bryce or what?
Yeah, I'm probably on the same boat with Bryce.
Mr. Salzwell, did you know that Briar raises horses
I did not.
I do. I got 3 babies.
How about that?
and they're
I can see
dangerous?
you in a
Yeah.
Stetson,
Yeah,
some boots.
Isaiah's very afraid
They're
of the
future
horses.
He's raising future killers of America.
You know what you need to do with your fear
What?
is go ride a horse.
I don't.
No, we took him one time.
No,
he wouldn't get in the
sir.
stall with it. So
He has a horse named Moonshine that was eyeing me. It was wanting to do something.
That's your own fear.
It was dark and
That's
all I
your own
see
fear.
was his
You did walk
eyes.
him through this, right, Briar?
yeah, I had to hold his hand.
Literally hold my hand. Literally had to hold my hand.
They are beautiful animals, but certainly powerful. To be respected.
Yeah.
So we'll find another question here.
Hold on. Somebody told me yesterday that like
Stop. Okay.
they said that Briar's voice like puts them to sleep.
Funny to get hyper.
You need
I
to
guess
not.
so.
I guess that's what you need.
Maybe it's a
Alright,
compliment.
We'll change it up. We'll change it up.
One thing you don't need to do is like read audiobooks because then people wouldn't listen, they'd sleep.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad.
I'm gonna get my voice better.
I
There you
think audiobooks are a good sleeping regimen.
I mean, eventually you're gonna soak in that information.
How? If you're
Like
just
if you're
sleeping?
listening to it before you go to bed, like you'll be like surprised how much you actually start like understanding.
If you ever,
The more and more you
Bryce
listen
is
to.
onto something.
have you ever watched the movie and like you're almost asleep but you're still trying to watch it? You don't remember anything. You're really sleeping, but your eyes are open.
That was the Kentucky game last night. Then I woke up and
How?
found out they lost.
Was it? I didn't watch it. Was it like boring? or
Well,
something?
K-State was up 13-1. Kentucky came back. It was close. And then K-State ended up winning by 3. But I fell asleep at halftime.
Who'd you have in your Final Four?
Oh, my word. I don't know. UMBC.
No, you did not.
I did.
What?
I did. Of course
Okay.
I did. You know what? It got so busted, I haven't even thought about the Final Four. I don't know. I got it written down somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know mine either. 'Cause
But I got Duke winning it all. Because I was a Bobby Hurley
as
fan.
much as I hate Duke, I had them win it all too.
Yeah.
I have them win it all.
I like Bagley a lot.
It's crazy he should be a senior in high school. He's a child, but really a man.
Question. How about a question? Come
Okay.
on, Bryce. Give me something.
When is it acceptable, if ever, to disobey the law?
Oh man, you're right in my wheelhouse. Man. I mean, we've been talking about not only Dr. King and Rosa, but I mean unjust law. Can I turn this around on y'all?
Yeah.
Sure.
Are there unjust rules in high school?
Explain that. Explain unjust.
Okay, so like a law, okay, don't go through red lights. That's a law that makes sense,
Yeah,
okay, because
a lot of
that's
sense.
dangerous if
Right.
you don't,
Right.
Yeah.
right? Think segregation. Hopefully, you know a little bit about your past, the American story. Okay, so Rosa stays seated to stand up for her rights. I mean, that's an unjust law. Why should we put people in particular places because of skin color?
Yeah.
Dr. King was willing to go to jail over 20 times, and he was always breaking unjust laws. So that's what I'm kind of turning around on you. You got all kinds of rules here in high school. I just had a rules conversation with someone before I came up here. That's actually why I was a little late. 2 particular characters at the school that if I named names, you'd probably know. And you would go, oh, rules, and you would chuckle. But I'm going to leave them nameless. So that's why I'm turning it on you. Okay, so there's rules here. What would be worth breaking in order to change it? Because isn't that essentially your question to me?
Right.
Yeah, okay. What do you think?
I mean, there's a lot of unjust rules. There's not. I mean, I don't think there's rules that like they're just like so like controversial that you should like protest about it. But at this school, though, I would say like the ID situation is a little crazy.
But we don't get a chance to break it.
Here's what I think.
That's
I
true.
think like the car thing, which has got starting up a lot with like a lot of kids having e-cigarettes and the vapes and everything around the school, and they started searching cars a lot. I kind of find it unfair that I know some staff here that also carry some nicotine products in their vehicles,
Wow.
and then but though they find it like they find that in a person that's 18 years or older's car that's a student here, that gets taken from them, but staff have it. So I find that crazy. I feel like it kind of goes on like their privacy of like what they have in their vehicle. Even if you're 18 years or older, I mean, like you shouldn't bring it to school.
You
That's
feel
what I'm
that
saying.
unfair?
I feel like if you're 18, like you're allowed to have that, and you pay to park at the school anyways. And if staff have it, then I don't understand why it's like if a student that's 18 years or older has it in their vehicle, like not on them, like on their person, that's a different story. You bring it to the school. But if it's in your car, like in the glove box or something, like you might not even remember it. I find it crazy how they take it and like give you a citation for
I
it.
feel like the law is the law. And if it's a rule, it should be followed. Like, don't be that. Don't take your vape to school when you're leaving your car. I mean, come on.
Hold
What's
on, no, I always enjoy this conversation because the context what you've created is 18 is that magic number, right?
I mean,
18 is a magic number. Is that what we're saying?
that's
Yes.
what, for that
It
situation.
is that number that as long as you get to 18, you are now an adult. Now, I got 3 boys,
Right.
and I ain't raising athletes even though my boys are athletes. I'm raising young men. Y'all still with me on this?
I respect it. I
Okay.
respect it.
So, a man is someone who is able to take care of themselves and willing to take care of others. Fair enough? So, there's a journey
Fair.
into manhood. Does 18 get you to that place?
No.
No,
Just because you have a birthday?
Not at all. Not
So,
at
Bryce,
all.
what I'm hearing you say is because I'm 18, I should. Because
No,
I'm 18, I can.
I think what he's
I'm
saying
saying
is
that
it's
just
legal.
like it's legal at that point to do it.
Right.
And if other people are allowed to do it, and it's only inflicted on the students
But
that
who
are
are
18
those
doing
other
it.
people?
That's right.
See, now we're talking like the position that you hold on this campus. There's a big divide between a student and a teacher.
That's true.
And so I'm not talking about the difference between being 18 and being 40.
Mm-hmm.
So there's certain expectations that exist. And, you know, if someone wants to have that, they're just a couple months away from graduation, and now they can have that in
Right.
any parking lot they want to. You just can't have it here until you get across that graduation line. That's all I'm saying. You know, so
Yeah.
often
Yeah.
we like to say that's unfair. And you may not like it, but it may
I don't
maybe
think it's
just for a
unfair.
time.
I don't think it's
You
unfair.
just got to deal with something.
You got 7 hours a day where you're not gonna be without your. You're gonna be without your vape. Just leave it at home.
Hey, can we come back to Briar and the ID thing? Why does that bother you?
It doesn't like bother
bothers me.
But I'm saying like as soon as you walk in the door, there's usually 4 teachers. ID. There's
That's-
no way you can break it.
I
Like
think
you're
that's
running the gauntlet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's no way to get past that rule.
yeah. That's a good job by the teachers for making sure people have their ideas.
What's the
Yeah.
point of the ID, especially in today's world?
To make sure that we're students here.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, you know, I don't like wearing it around my neck, so I've got it right here. You know, it's just, you always have to wear something. I'm not a guy who likes to have things on my person, right? But, you know, I don't mind because I would like to know who's supposed to be here and who's not supposed to be here. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you kind of got an idea who's if you're supposed to be here or not.
1,500? I mean, y'all know some people, right? You've been here a while.
Yeah.
But would you be able to recognize everybody?
No.
No.
Because, I mean, there are some folks on this campus that are students that do not look 17 or 18.
That's
I
true.
mean, they're pushing 28, 35.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
some of
true.
these looks we got around here. So,
That's
you know.
true.
What used to get me though with the IDs until this year were the fact that people like parents could like walk in the front of the school and like go in through the office and then like just walk straight down the hallway to go to attendance to check a kid out. So I was always like, well, how are they gonna like? That's just like why do we have to wear IDs and they can just walk into the school like that? But now we have that window and stuff. So I mean, I could like I've never had a problem with IDs. I mean, I wear it, but
Yeah.
I see people that do and some people that don't. So
Well, there's some wisdom in that. That's why it changed. So
Mhm.
I don't wear mine often actually. I wear mine today for some reason.
we're in the
That's good for
confessional
you.
booth again. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna do one more question before I have to wrap up. Yeah, funny stuff.
Right.
Is that funny?
You just crack me up.
Thank you. Which is more important, what you say or how you say it?
We've been going first thoughts. How you say it?
How you say it,
How you say it? Your tone of voice says so much. Sarcasm is a really popular thing.
right?
Okay, not just in the, you know, teenage high school world, but everywhere, right? But I mean, how many relationships have been severed, broken, strained at the very least because of the way something was said? I'm a married man, boys. How you say something means something. I'm now raising boys. How they say something to me means something. So that would be my,
So
my
you-
first thought. I think I could stand by that for a while.
So like, you could say anything. Like it wouldn't matter what you said, but it matters like how you said it. Like anything you could say. Like that's how that
I
works.
have this feeling that you're
I don't. I
You're
like. I want.
hunting.
No. I
You're
want.
fishing.
I want like an
You're-
example of like how
Okay.
like what you mean by this. Like what is an example of like something that could be construed wrong, like that way.
shut up.
Okay.
If I said Bryce, man, shut up. If I said Bryce, shut up.
I
You know, I
see.
mean, those are two different things, and I said the exact same 2 words.
I say that to Bryce a lot, actually.
Yeah,
But it's usually not in different tones. So.
Yeah, it's usually in this tone too.
And the one that you actually do want him
Yeah,
to
like
shut
I'm
up.
about to come across the table at you.
Yeah, I get it. See,
Yeah.
You know, tone
Bri-
matters.
Brian and Bryce had a very heated argument.
Oh yes, EP7. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Bryce wanted me to kill my baby horses.
I never. Okay, now before he
That's
puts
what-
me on the spot
that's
like
what he
this,
said.
what happened was Briar told me that he was. Well, he didn't tell me. Well, he did, because they work with me now at the TV station, so they said they were going to be at the game, and I got Isaiah to go to the game, and then Briar apparently couldn't make it because he was going to go to the Cleveland Walker Valley baseball game, which I was fine
Are we
with.
gonna have this same
Yes, we are.
conversation again?
I was fine with that.
I
said,
could just listen to episode 7.
Yeah.
but I got to explain now because he's going to put me on the spot
okay.
about how I'm trying to kill horses and I'm
Sensitive
not.
spot.
And so I was like, I'm okay with that. And
What is
then
he
he
thinking?
didn't go to the game. He was later seen with his significant other on the old
Also-
Snapchat.
also-
Priorities.
Do what?
Priorities.
No.
Oh, okay.
on
I'll
Snapchat.
I'll say the
And
same
so
thing
I was
said
like,
yesterday. I'll say the exact same thing I said yesterday.
and I think that was crazy when he told us he was going to the game and said he was hanging out with somebody else instead of being at the game.
I didn't tell either of them I was going to the game.
He told his best friend he was going to the game. Best friend told us.
Okay. What time is the baseball game start?
6:20. It's
What,
softball.
what time did I get done with my horses?
I don't know. I'm not
What
working.
time did you
7:30.
get home that day
What do you mean?
from school?
Are your horses the
I had
significant
track.
other in this conversation?
No,
No,
my
the
actual
horses are
No,
not.
no,
This is
Mr.
significant
Salzwell,
other.
Mr. Salzwell, you and Briars have a similar situation.
What? No, where?
Both of y'all are married.
No, yeah, Briar.
But
Briar
Briar-
lives his life
But
like
Briar
he is
is
married.
He's prisoned.
So let me finish.
But I'm
let
not a
me finish
prisoner.
this.
Yeah,
so
but
I can't.
Let me
relate
finish
anymore.
this. So I get done with track. What time was it? Like 6:30. Okay, I get to the barn.
It's
I'm
probably
done,
about
with
5:15.
the, I'm done with the barn at 7:30.
Me.
How am I supposed to get to their game at 6:20 if I'm done at
I'm not going to
7:30?
answer that question.
How am I supposed to get to Walker Valley's
Well,
baseball
Bryce-
game that starts at 7 if I'm done at 7:30?
See, I'm going
But
to
you're-
Dilemma.
And I'm hungry. There's food at my significant other's house.
Oh.
I'm gonna go do
So you
that.
were hungry.
Now, Isaiah, you
so
can
you just
realize
used her
Yesterday.
just to go get
I
food.
said this yesterday.
Huh?
Interesting.
as they're doing this whole recap of last episode.
Yeah.
We could have done another question.
Yeah, Bryce.
I'm gonna give you a hard
wasting
time about this next
Yeah,
week in
that's
Matt.
all-
You know what?
That's on
Actually,
me. That's on
since
me.
we got,
I may not even sign Isaiah's pass next week because
That hurts.
we passed on one more question. I'm just gonna say that.
hold
It's
on.
you.
There's
Take it
plenty of
personal.
questions.
It's on you.
Take it personal. What?
There's plenty of questions.
How much time we got? What time is it?
We can go one more. It's 1:51. Okay.
Oh,
Let's
we
get it
got
going,
time.
Bryce.
Okay. How do
rapid
you
fire, I
think?
can-
We can go. Let's go 9 more.
I'm just
and it has
listen.
to go fast.
How do you think the world will change in 10 years, or 50 or 100? You can choose your time period.
Wow,
Actually.
just technology. Okay, so we saw something on current events today that the first pedestrian got killed by an how do you say that word? The cars that are driving themselves.
Automated.
Automated.
I don't think that's.
Did y'all hear about
I don't
this?
know.
No.
I don't hear it.
Yeah. So a pedestrian got struck and killed. So like technology will continue to advance. Boston has said, hey, we're not gonna let that happen anymore. So there'll be steps forward and there'll be steps back, and technology will always be this beautiful, mysterious, dangerous thing.
Why are cars driving themselves? Since when as America were we so lazy we couldn't even drive our own car?
I would actually like to have a car that drove.
Yeah,
itself.
I mean,
don't know.
there's
I
been a
like
lot of
driving. I'm on the
interstate
other end of
drives.
that. I love
I
driving.
don't know. There's a lot of interstate drives that I
I
was
couldn't
driving. I was
trust
like,
it.
man,
Just
I
sit
wish I
back.
could just sit here for a second and
I
let this
couldn't
thing
trust
go.
my car to drive itself.
Uh,
Like the turn on
You
is-
have trust issues already. We talked horses. Trust
that is,
issues.
but how can you trust a car
Trust issues.
with
All
your
right, give me another one,
life?
Bryce. Come on.
okay, would you sacrifice yourself for a stranger?
I hope so.
You hope so?
I hope so.
See, I think you would do it. You would say you would do it, but when it comes down to it, I don't think you do
I've
it.
been preparing. Chris Cretton and I, y'all know Chris Cretton.
Right.
Okay, he was here this morning. He was hanging out with me. We have been having this conversation for almost a decade, and I have been preparing my heart for what that might entail if that ever happened. And Bryce, I sincerely hope so.
See, I think that takes a lot. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I got in the moment, like, I wouldn't really think about me. I wouldn't say I was like sacrificing myself, but if that's how it ended up, then I mean, I guess that's how
We
it
would
is.
see it as doing the right thing in
Yeah.
the moment.
I don't think people will say they would, but I don't think they would. Like people
But
say,
people have done it before. People that have done it before we
yeah,
came along.
but listen,
And people haven't done it before.
Yeah.
But-
So, I mean,
the term "I would take a bullet from you for you,"
overused.
yeah, I think they. I mean, it sounds good, but when it comes down to it, are you really going to do it?
That's a fair question. And I can still say I don't know. That's why I said I hope so.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Let's get another one, Bryce.
Was that a yawn I just heard?
No, it was
It was
a
a
deep
sigh.
breath.
Okay.
Bryce,
He
are
has
you
an
stressed?
attitude.
I don't. No, I just had.
You have an attitude.
No, I
huh?
just read a weird question. I was like, I don't like that question.
No,
but I
what
found
is
one.
it? What is it?
No, it's not anything like. It was just like that's a dumb question.
Bryce said, "Listen, Bryce
How
Mr.
much
Sawzell was comparing you and your your 3 boys, so LeVar Ball and
Oh, my
That
word.
never happened. I asked Isaiah because he came in here and said, "Who are we talking about?" And I
why
was,
are you lying?
no, because I
On a
said,
Sunday.
I said,
Lying,
is
bro.
that how
On
you
a
think
Sunday.
of Mr. Sawsville? I said, is that how you think of Mr. Sawsville? Has the Ball family?
I said, I mean, they're good.
I
at
hope
bat-
not.
and no, I think he's saying you're not like LeVar, but you raised your 3 boys and they're very good at basketball.
Well, they have come. I have just begun to spend time with my oldest in the gym on purpose a lot. And that has just been in the last
Is he ready?
12 months.
Is he ready for the?
Is he ready for the Walker Valley experience next year?
Mhm.
We'll see.
What's the position?
See. He has always been the tall kid. So you know how it is in this town. You get put on the block.
Yeah.
So he has spent the last about 18 months. 2 summers ago, he started working on a handle. He's getting a jump shot. So he's a big kid. He's
Can he
strong.
jump?
But he may not end up being tall. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Can he jump?
leap, yeah. I married an athlete, boys. She's in the Lee Athletic Hall of Fame.
See
Her
what I'm
jersey is retired. She was a 3-time All-American. So they got some stuff for me, but they got some stuff for Mama.
That's why it makes sense because their whole family was good at sports. You played sports. Your wife played sports. LeVar Ball played sports.
Oh, my word.
His wife played
Oh, my
sports.
word.
It makes
And so
sense.
you tried to say that I was comparing, and all I said.
I'm just saying it makes sense.
All right, give me another one. Give me another
Okay,
one.
what was the greatest day of your life?
When I got married.
Come
voice is-
on. No,
The-
I processed this with my wife a little bit. You know, I was young and immature, and like, first year of marriage was just, it wasn't as much fun as like this last year of marriage. You know, because
Elaborate.
you just don't know. Selfish. I've already used the word immature, self-absorbed, any word that starts with self. You know, you just don't get what it means to live with someone and like share the journey together. Now, we do.
Yeah.
You know, so it wouldn't be that. But my 3 boys being born, that was pretty special. And by the time Isaac, my 3rd, came along, it was just like we were ready. You're never ready for your first kid. You're kind of ready for your second. But when Isaac came along, it was like this is a special day.
Yeah, I have a question. How long do you think it can? How long do you think people have to date until they actually move in together? So I feel like you can know a person as much as you want to, but you don't really know them until you live with them.
I also think that depends on like the age, though, like how old
Yeah,
you
you
are,
can't-
where you
can't
are.
be like our age doing it.
Like that's not
Okay,
gonna
if
work
you've been with a
out.
girl since you're 15,
But I
And
mean,
you're gonna move in with them right now.
I mean that'd be lot. I mean, that's 3 years of time.
like if
I
you're
don't
like
know about
40 years old,
Okay, Bryce. You're
like I mean,
retired.
I don't think that's how that's gonna.
40. Come on.
Like, what if you don't get married? Like, you just go straight into work and you just don't have time to get married.
What if we
Did
just
you
talked about other
slow
cultures
down?
and then age doesn't matter again?
See, that's another thing.
So you're saying when you're 40, you can date a girl for 2 weeks to move in with her because you're 40.
Well, I mean, you're 40 years old. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, I mean,
You're gonna get your heart broken.
if it doesn't
Bryce.
work, then she moves back out.
You're
Like,
gonna
it's
go
not,
to- you're
it's
gonna
not
go-
like you're signing
You're
like a
going to
mortgage
go to
with
work,
her.
come home, your couch is going to be missing. That's what's going to happen.
Where did these just go?
You're gonna be like, I thought, you're gonna be
You
like,
just
I
lost
thought
a couch.
I thought I knew her. I met her last Wednesday.
all the Kool-Aid's gonna be drunk,
Yeah.
and the couch is gonna be missing.
Your underwear's gonna be dirty.
What are you talking about?
That implied that she has to do the laundry. But okay. All right.
No, the sex is gone.
Oh wow.
Isaiah's about to get his mic
Salsa,
turned
do you
off.
do you do the cooking or does your wife do the cooking?
Oh,
Is
no,
it-
I can't cook.
Really?
I mean, I could throw something on the grill.
Yeah. I feel like if you're a man,
Don't start.
listen. I'm not trying to be sexist, but I feel like
It's
if you're
gonna be.
Just that sentence as a preface to whatever
Yeah, you're about to say
is.
yeah, it's gonna be bad.
but I feel like okay, everyone has to at least know how to cook on a grill.
Do you know
Everyone?
how to cook on a grill?
Come on now.
Hey,
Listen, I make the best omelets probably in the eastern
On the
region
grill?
On the grill.
I mean, you just made a big old leap.
No. On the stove, but on the grill. Come on now. I made a turkey one Thanksgiving. A turkey?
you made
On
a
the
turkey?
grill?
No.
What are you talking about?
In the kitchen, in the oven. you
But
know?
we're not talking about
When
the
you talk
oven,
about
we're
the
talking
cooking on the grill.
You're right. I'm getting off topic. But on the grill, I'm pretty good. Now in the oven, I've cooked Thanksgiving turkey.
I think we gotta wrap it up.
But my
I
mother
really
was.
think we gotta wrap it up.
My mom was
Are we going to
watching
let the last word be Isaiah on the grill?
I don't want it to be, so that's I think we gotta wrap it up.
so much of Sawsville. Thank you for being on the show. I've had him. I've tried to like harass him to be on the show, but he's kept saying no.
Not
he kept,
true.
He kept saying he didn't like it. He didn't like the material we were doing.
Not
so
true.
I mean, there's
Finally-
a lot of people that don't like the material we're throwing out here. You know, we got some phone calls about that. Anyways,
I've had to beat Mr. Soswell in chess 10 times for him to
That's
come up here.
Definitely not.
That's the only reason why he's up here, because I beat him in chess.
the only reason I know how to play chess is because Mr. Salisbury. I had no idea how to play
Same.
chess until last year. So there we go. We learned something new.
He made
Beautiful
it.
thing.
You made a beast. Now I'm the best chess player in
You
Eastern
just
California.
lost to the other Isaiah last week.
You
Isaiah.
lost to the other Isaiah.
I was rusty, man. He was the better Isaiah that day.
You
I gotta
can't call
give it-
yourself the best if you get rusty.
That's true. That's true. Well, guys, thank you for listening. This is episode 8 of Likely Offended. I am Isaiah.
I'm Briar.
And I'm B. Gibby, the Heartbreak Kid.
Really,
Really.
for being a guest.
My pleasure, and I hope I get invited back before the semester ends.
Of course, of course.
Okay.